All right, welcome to EDUSystems School Management Software. Um, in this video, I'll be showing you everything you need to know about the student future, set up students, student results, student record and fees, attendance, save test slash exam scores, verify student results, and promote slash demote students. So everything you need to know about your students, how to go about the activities of the students on EduSystem school management software. That is what this video is about. So I'll be taking you through the process. So at first, let's begin with setup students. Now you have a new student in your school, you want to onboard. This is where you come to. You click on setup student to register the students. So here, this is where you have the picture. So I'll click on browse to select the picture. Then the surname, the name. You select the gender, then date of birth, 2019, you put the date of birth, then the contact address. So you put the residential address, the phone number. So this phone number is not important. So the phone number, the email, state of origin, nationality, Nigeria is there already. Except when you have another national in your school, that's when you change it. But at default, you always have Nigeria there. Then year of session is there. Then the class, you select the class you are registering the students in. So if it's basic one, fine. If it's basic five, you select. So I'm selecting basic one for these students. If you have any medical reports, you input it here. If you have any comments, you input it here. Then parents or guardian name. So that is it. Then the address. Don't forget, it's same except if the parents is living in a different location that is different from that of the child. But if not, the student or the pupil is expected to be living the same place with the parents. So you just 16 Adeyemi Crescent, Lagos. So you put 16 Adeyemi Crescent, Lagos. Then the phone number. So, for example, the students in higher classes like the senior secondary or junior secondary that have phones, so you put their phone number here while you put the phone number of their parents here. So that is the difference between the two. Then for new students, are you registering a new student with additional payments such as registration fee, purchase, or uniform? If it is yes, you select yes. If it is no, you select no. school fee amount. Now let me explain this. You know, in our previous video I showed you how to set up fee. Now the fee that is being set up is for all the registered students. Now the difference between that fee and this particular fee, if you enter any new fee here, there what we set up is in that video what we set up is 26,000 naira for first term, 26,500 for second term, and 27,000 naira for third term. In a situation whereby the new student is your relative or family friend's child, and you are giving a discount, so whatever discount, whatever amount you want the new student to pay, that is what you enter here. So in a case whereby, okay, you are saying the new student should pay 20,000 naira. Now this 20,000 naira will override that one only for this student or this pupil. So why, if you don't enter any amount here, that amount that you have set up under your finance fee, when we set up fees, that is what will be applicable, that's what we apply to this particular pupil. So that is it. So if you are giving discounts, you come here and you enter the fee amount for that pupil. But if you are not giving discounts, you leave this place empty. Then if you are giving discount and you enter the amount, you will have to select the term. So let's assume it's third term. Okay, the third term for basic one, they are expected to pay 27,000. So you are telling the new pupil parents to pay what? 21,000. You enter 21,000 there and you select third term. But in absence of that, you don't need to select anything. You don't need to enter any amount. You just scroll down and click on submit. Yeah, so that is for adding the new pupil. Student registration was successfully created. Click here to register another student. So that is how you keep on adding new pupil or students. So that is that for setup students. Now student results. You click on student results. Now this is the list of all the classes. Now let's select basic one. You can see. Now let me show you this is the students, the new students added. Now this is their midterm report. This is the final term reports. In the midterm report, you have first midterm, second midterm, third midterm. In the final term report, you have first term, second term, third term. That is it. So at the midterm, they are expected to have their results. You can see this is the first term. This is how the report card. Of course, no data have been filled, so that is why it's actually appearing there. So the class, the term, the name, the gender, the date of birth, admission number, and year. So no record available yet. So once you enter the scores, the test scores, it's only test scores that will display here. Don't forget, it's a midterm report. So exam have not been written, so it's only tests that have been done. So it's only the tests, the subjects, and the scores of the subjects that will appear here. So you can print it, you can download and keep, no problem. Then let's check the first term. Now this is how the report card looks like as well. So you have all the informations, no record available yet because no scores have been entered. So you have the special reports on affective domain. You have your attendance here, time, student presence, morning, afternoon, school opened, first time will average, second and third. You have reports on psychomotor slash skills. Coming down here, you have your class teacher's name, comments, signature. So it's actually showing no signature because no signatures have been uploaded yet. So health teacher's comments. So now This is an auto-generated comment. Is an auto-generated comment. So now there is a place where health teachers will fill their comments. Any comment filled there is going to override this one. But in absence of the availability of the health teacher due to busy schedule, based on the performance of that particular pupil or student, the system can generate a comment. That is it. So, and it's going to use the grade. You can see the grade is F here because no record has been entered. So that is why it's putting a poor performance. You need to be more focused. That is it. Then next time begins, it's going to put it here. So that is for the report card, and that is for results. So anytime you want to check any student results, you come to student results under students. You select the class. Then in front of each of the pupil or students, you have the midterm reports, you have the final term reports. So whether you are checking for first term, second term, third term, you click on any one. And in case you want to check out their digital ID card too, you click on digital ID card here as well. So that is for student results. Now, talking about student record and fees. So, this is the student record and fee page. So, I'll select basic one. Basic one. This is the list of the students we have in basic one. You can see. So, now, here in front of each student, as an administrator, you can make any of the students inactive. So from your end, I can decide to make this particular student non-active. You can see in front of this student now it's showing what not active. I can decide to make this one too not active. So I can decide to make this one active again. So I can decide to make this one active again. Any student you make not active or inactive, that student will not be able to log in. So probably they are owing you the balance of their school fees. I don't want them to have access to their report card. Just make them, you don't need to delete their details or anything. Just come here to under students, click on students record and fees. Here, click on the class, then you make the selected students not active. And even as an administrator, probably the during the process of preparing the results, instead of, in order to prevent the students or the pupils from checking the portal, they checking their results as the teachers are inputting it, for that period, once the exam begins, you can make all of them to be, all the class to be inactive. So to do that, just click on this active here. It will turn to not active, like these ones. Now the reason why these ones are not active is because now if you check the number of all students is zero. We don't have students in these classes. So that is why. So when you don't have students in those classes, it's like the class is not functioning, is not active. Because teacher cannot walk into a physical class without students and start teaching. So the classes are not active. So you can decide to make all the classes, all the pupils or students in that class not active. So they won't be able to log in to check updates on their results. They won't be able to do anything. And once the teachers are done inputting the results, we want the students or the pupils to have access to it again. You just come here and click on this not active to make it active again. You can see it's now back to active. So I'll click on this class, basic one. Now in front of each, you have delete, you have edit, you have fees. So once you delete on any of this, the details of that student have been deleted. Now if you want to edit anything, or for example like the one that we added, let's assume you want to edit anything, just click on this edit and you come here to edit whatever thing you want to edit, and once you are done you click on updates again. That is it. So Let's go back to this basic one. Now, fees. We have generate invoice, we have make payment. Now, let me click on this make payment first. Now, there's no way you can make payment without first generating an invoice. You can see invoice not generated yet. So which means you must generate invoice first before you can make payment. Now let's go back. So click on generate invoice. Don't forget, we set up fee for first term. You can go and watch our previous video on this, the finance feature. In that finance feature, I explained how to set up fees for each term, first term, second term, and third term. Now, we did for basic one, first term, second term, and third term. And you can see for first term, we have 26,000, second term, 26,500, and third term, 27,000. So you are going to select for each of the pupils which term they are paying for. So if it is first term, you click on this. If it is second term, you click on this. If it is third term, you click on this. So let's assume okay they are paying for third term. So the reminder date is okay, let's make the reminder date to be uh 6th. Okay, let's make it to be April, and let's make it to be 2024. So the parents contact. So that's the message. So we are selecting third term. Uh, that's the reminder date. Then the parents' contact details. That's the phone number. Then the message. They'll click on save. You can see now it has been saved. So let's go back. Now you notice something now. The invoice for this have been generated. That's for third term. That is it. So Adibin we want to, you can see 26,700. Adibin is 6,500 that wants to generate invoice for, which is second term. You come here, you click on updates. By the time you go back, you can see. So depending on which term you are setting for. So let's go back again. Let's generate invoice. Let's check that of first term. Updates. Go back. You can see 26,000, which is for first term. So it's going to update it. Then set reminder dates have been set already. So all right, for the last time, let's come here and set for third term. So you switch, and that is why it is important that you set at the beginning of each term. You set the fee for that term. So once you set it under finance here, you have set up fees. Once you set it here, it's going to appear here. Then you can move from maybe last term was a second term. You were using second term before. As soon as you set up the fee for third term, it's going to appear here. Then you can now uncheck this second term and you check this third term. Then you just click on updates here. Then before you click on updates, don't forget the reminder date you have to adjust the reminder date too, but you don't need to change the parents contact details except if their number have changed. Then the message you can still maintain the old message as well. Then you click on updates. So it's going to update here, you can see. So that's what you do for each of the pupils there. So you set them to third term. So uh, you can apply the same message. You click on save. Once you go back, you can see. So that's how you generate invoice for each of the pupils. Let's do one more. Don't forget the dates. Uh, so the message, you can maintain the same message or you put different message depending on your choice. So you click on save. So once you can see it has been updated, successfully saved, then you go back. You can see we now have three. So that's how you generate invoice for each of the pupils. Now, don't forget, you can't make payments for students that you have not generated invoice for. But for those ones you have generated invoice for, you can now click on make payments. Now you can see students details here, then selected fee, third term school fee is 27,000, total payable amount 27,000, amount. So do not enter comma. So when you are entering the amount, don't enter comma. So you enter the amount you want to pay out of the total payable amount, which is 27,000. So let's assume the total amount you want to pay is 19,000. So you don't have, if you have any discount, you can enter it here. If you don't have any discount, that's cool. Now the default date is this, then note slash comments. So are you paying cash or you are paying via transfer? So if it is a transfer, you enter it there. So that is the bursar. So if the parent is actually paying via transfer, you enter it there. So it's like description, so that it's going to be very much easier for you when you are actually going through the payments later on. So that is that. So once you are done with all this, uh, you click on save. Now you can see paid 19,000, date paid, balance. So out of 27,000, 19,000 have been paid, remaining 8,000 naira balance. So you can print receipts, you can delete fee. So if you want to print receipts, this is it. You can see this is it. This is the receipt. This is how it looks like. And one of the amazing thing is that you can print it via the normal printer, or you can use the POS Bluetooth printer. It's also compatible with that POS and portable printer. So you can use it to print your receipts as well. So this is the receipt, the name, the details of the pupil is there, including the class and the term. Total third term fee, that's 27,000, total payable 27,000, paid 19,000, discount zero, date paid, balance, then total paid 19,000. So that is it. So uh, so you can see, then you can delete fee as well. Now let's go back. I want to show you something. Now you can see the breakdown here too. Invoice amount 27,000, amount paid 19,000, balance debt, that's what, 8,000. So that is it. So that is for okay, let's come here and make payments for this student too. So but in this case, let's pay the total amount. Let's pay the total amount. Okay, paid cash, save. Now you can see paid 27,000, date paid, balance 0 naira. So this particular pupil have paid up his money. So that is it. So let's go back to view the details here too. You can see balance debt 0. So let's do the same thing for this uh pupil too. So let's see also. Then let's go back. You can see the same thing is applicable here. So that is it. Now I want to quickly show you something. Then future students debt. You can see. So now those that we've generated invoice for, those that you've generated invoice for, you can see. Now this is reminder. You can see those that are fully paid and those that have balance to pay. Don't forget, it's three people that we've generated invoice for. Out of those three people, two are fully paid. There's only one that have made part payment of 19,000. So that is why it's indicating that this pupil balance is remaining 8,000. So that is just to show you that. So that is all about the record, student record and fees. So that is how to go about it. Then attendance, let me take you through the attendance process. For students, you want to, for a teacher that wants to mark attendance, at default you always have the session here, the class. Now as a teacher, uh you'll be restricted to your class. It's only the administrator that have access to all the classes. So for basic one teacher now, you won't have the opportunity of selecting another class. It's only basic one that will appear here. Then the term, you select first term, is it second term or third term. So if it is third term, you select third term. Then the date, the default date is what will be here, except you want to mark previous days that you missed. Probably yesterday was a Tuesday, you forgot to mark your attendance, so you just click on what? You click on 31/3. That's the last day, the month of what? The month of March. So, but it is very important. Take notes. That is why it is always advisable you mark your attendance on a daily basis, because don't make a mistake of marking attendance for public holidays. Yes, don't mark attendance for public holidays. No schools and is not meant to open on public holidays. So probably you have backlogs of attendance that you not mark. You are just marking it and mistakenly mark attendance on days that schools were closed. So that is a mistake, a serious mistake. So don't, in order to avoid that kind of mistake, of course, there's a way you can actually correct that. But in order to avoid that, for teachers, always mark your attendance on a daily basis, or at most every Fridays. It is advisable you mark your attendance every Fridays. So that is that. So you want to mark previous days, you just select the day, the month and the year. But for today now, I'm marking for today, which is 1/4/2024. Then now you have two buttons here. You have next button here and you have broad view button here. So let's check out next first. You want to mark your attendance, you click on next. So this is the list of your pupils. This is the list of your pupils. This is the list of your pupils. So, and attendance is like the physical attendance book. We have morning, we have afternoon. So you are expected to mark morning, afternoon, morning, afternoon, morning, afternoon, morning, afternoon. Now, any student that is absent, you leave it blank, you don't mark it. Yes, that is how to mark absent. So any student that is absent, you leave it blank, don't mark it. Any student that is present, those are the ones that you mark like this. So this actually shows that Onidarasimi is absent. Momo Victoria is absent too. So that's how you leave it. You don't mark it. But for those that are present, you mark them. You just check the boxes. So now We have 13 pupils in this class and 2 are what? Absent. So let's save. So as you can see, record was successfully saved. Number of students in basic 3, 13, in basic 1, 13. Morning 13, 11, afternoon 11, absent 2 for morning and 2 for afternoon. So that is it. So 11 plus 2 making it 13. 11 were present and 2 were absent. So that is how to mark attendance. Then now we are back to this place. Don't forget we selected total and we are marking attendance for the current date. We choose next. You want to mark your attendance, you click on next. Now you want to check the broad view of your attendance. Broad view display monthly attendance charts for each classes. So this is it. I'll click on broad view. So now you can see this is the broad view for your attendance. Now the month of April starts from first Monday, first, and end 30th Tuesday. So you can see this is the, and it's also one amazing thing is that it's also exclude Saturday and Sundays from the broad view, knowing fully well that school is not meant to be open on Saturdays and Sundays. So it covers Monday to Friday. So Monday to Friday and the last day from the beginning to the last day of the month. So you can see we mark attendance for today, which is Monday, 1st of April. You can see 2 pupils were absent and total present. You can see here too 1 is the total 0. So that is for that. So that this is the broad view. This is how the broad view looks like. Yes, this is how the broad view looks like. So the total number of days here is what is 22. So the student is absent for 21 while the student here is absent for 22. Of course, you as you are marking once we mark attendance for the second Tuesday now, it's going to deduct Tuesday. That's another one. Deduct it from this 21. So this one will change. So if the student is present on second, on the second, it will change. This minus will change to plus, and this 21 will change to 20. So if the student is present on third Wednesday, this minus will change to plus, and this will change to this 21 will change to 19. So that's how it's going to be deducting from total absence. So that is it. So this is a broad view basically. So anytime you want to check broad view based on monthly basis, you just click on that button. So let's go back. So that is for attendance. Then save test slash exam scores. I'll click on this. Now for you to save test slash exam scores, you click on it under students. Then to bring you to this place, session, we have 2023, 2024. The default session will be there. Then as a class teacher, you are restricted to your class. So you'll be able to select other classes. But as administrator, you can select classes here. Then term, you select the term you are entering the scores for. Now you have 3 buttons here. You have save record, brush it, analysis. So let's click on save record. Now this is the record. This is where you enter your first test score, second test score, and exam scores. You can see in front of each pupils, you have first test score, second test score, and exam score. Yes. But even if we enter any scores here, there's no save button. There's no place where we can actually save the scores that we've entered. You can see you have not selected a subject. That's the message that is coming that we are seeing here. So which means before you enter any record, you have to select a subject. Here you can see select subject. So you click on this, you have the list of all the subjects that have been assigned to this class. So if you have not assigned a subject to the classes, check the videos on our YouTube channel. You see the videos there on how to assign, how to set up classes, set up subjects, and assign subjects to classes. So you are expected to select each subject that you want to enter this course. Now, for example, I have scores. What subject is that scores for? Is it for mathematics? Is this course for English language? Each course must have a subject that owns it. So you have to select the subject. I'm selecting mathematics. So after selecting, you wait for the systems to the page to reload. You can see the save button has been activated. The same thing here. It has been activated. So any scores that we enter here, we can save it. So for let us try to enter some scores here. Our first test is over 20. So I'm going to make this, I'm going to generate scores for the pupils. So I'm trying to generate scores for the pupils. So um, trying to generate scores for them. So that's how you uh, enter scores for tests and exam. That's how you enter test scores and exam scores. And another thing is that once you enter the scores, in case there is a mistake, you can still come back and edit. So you can still come back and edit. So that's another good thing about it. So once you enter the score, you discover, oh, well, maybe you entered 16 and you later realize that the pupil actually scored 17. So you can still come back to enter the correct scores for that pupil. So generating scores for them. So for the last pupil, so now once you are done entering the whole scores, don't forget for midterm you only enter first test, second test without entering exam. It is after entering the exams, after they've done exam, that's when you come back to enter the exam scores. So at first you can, okay, let me do something, let me delete all the scores for the exam. So let's assume we are entering for only test. So I've entered for the first and second test, then I'll click on save. So you can see record was successfully saved. So this is the first test, second test, but exam scores have not been entered. So in case you made a mistake or you want to enter your exam score, you can still come back to save test slash exam record. How do I get here? You click on save test slash exam scores under students as administrator. Then you select your class, then the term, then you click on save record. So I'm back here. Now, don't forget what we enter, where the subjects we entered our record on is mathematics. So I'll select mathematics. It's going to be reloaded. Okay, you can see This is the scores. So in case you made a mistake previously here, you can still adjust it and you can still make any correction. So now let's enter the exam score here. Um, so I've entered the exam score, then I'll click on save. So you can see the exam scores have been entered. And even the one that I corrected here, I changed it to 20. It has been updated as well. So that is basically how to enter your test and exam scores. So now let's assume we want to check the broadsheets. I'll click on third term, the subject, the class is there, the session is there. So what we did then was save record. So after selecting mathematics, once you are done with mathematics, you go back, you select English, you enter record for English, you go back, you select basic science, you enter record. That's how you'll be inputting your test and exam scores for each of the subjects. So you want to check your broadsheet. As administrator, this broadsheet is very good because you'll be able to have a broad view of how the records of the records that have been put on so far. So you click on broadsheets, you can see. Now this is the broadsheet for basic one. This is for mathematics, and this CA exam total average. You can see. Now if you have more than mathematics, probably English have been put on too. Okay, let's come back here. Let's input record for English. Let's select English. You can see. So let me enter record for English. So we have the record for English here now. So I'll click on save. So record for English is now here. So let's go back. So in case you want to enter another record for another subject, you just select the subject, then you enter the record. So that's how you'll be selecting the subjects, then you enter record for each of the subjects. So now let's go back to that broad view. I'm going to select third term broadsheets. So this broadsheet. So as we are having the subjects, there's going to the system will be creating column for the subjects as you are inputting their record. So now we have done for mathematics, we have done for English. So once we done for civic education, it will create for civic education too. Once we do for fine arts, it will create for it again. So once we do for social studies, it will create for social studies again. So this is the broad. So as administrator, you'll be able to know which subject is the record missing. So which subjects the teacher, even especially for secondary school that you have subject teachers, okay, which subjects is the teacher here to enter his or her own record? So you'll be able to figure it and track them down. So that is that. So I'll click on back here. Then analysis. Now I'll click on select totem and I'll click on analysis. Now this is the analysis page. You have 23 subjects. Don't forget, we've only entered record for mathematics and English. So for this mathematics and English that we've entered record for, you can see 13, since we have 13 pupils in that class. So now if you want to get the analysis, you just click on like this mathematics now on this 13. I'll just click on this 13. So it's going to give me the position. It's going to give me the what? You can say for Ayomide Abigail, the test score, this 20. The second test is 17, exam score 45, total 82. So you have the total of each, the analysis of each for each subject here. So you can see, so which means in all of this the 96 is a miracle. That's the person that come first. Then you can easily identify who come next, which is what? Which is a 94, Oguntosin Femi. So like that, that is what the analysis is about. So the analysis is actually based on for each subject. That is what the analysis is about. So and once you are done, you just click on back. You can as well print this also. So once you are done, you click back. So it brings you back here. So uh, you click back again. So it brings you back to this page. So that is all about save test slash exam score. So thank you.